So this, you'll see that there's a little layer of the PPP on there.
Yeah.
Because it's so close, for me, I would leave that on there because you're probably gonna have, like he said, he's gonna want 4 cc's regardless, and that right there is not even 0.2 cc.
Okay.
It looks like a lot. I don't even know if it's a half of a cc on that, okay?
So would you, it's okay to dip
I would
below
go ahead
that?
and dip below that.
I feel like it's harder to see.
Yeah, this one's the more difficult step.
Okay.
This one
Sure,
is definitely
I'm
the more
not crazy.
difficult.
Is that good?
You stuck me with the needle, so I figured I would give you a harder job here. I'm playing. Yeah, that's perfect.
Okay.
Yeah. And if you look from, let's look from the back, Carly, you can see how it's dipping right into it.
Oh,
I'm not seeing it.
See
Oh,
this
right,
top
yeah,
white
yeah,
line?
okay, gotcha.
Okay, so just like before, over to the draw position you're gonna go. The only difference now is, now we can actually move fast because we want to rip those cells right off of the red blood cell layer.
Okay.
So feel free just to give that, I usually hold right here so the device doesn't go flying. And I'm not saying you have to like start it up like a lawnmower or anything, but yeah, just give it a nice pull back until you see bubbles, just like before. Perfect.
Oh, that's a lot of bubbles.
That's okay. Now back to neutral, and the important reason to go back to neutral is these have been known to outflow through those ports, so when you take a syringe off, so just, I always get in the habit of just always going back to neutral when you're not using it. And then you'll detach this syringe. And in your little kit, you'll have caps and you'll have female to female connectors. We'll go ahead and throw a cap on there. And what I'll have you do is push out the air, and then we'll see how much PRP we have to work with, and if we need to supplement anything with the PPP.
Are there any towels or grapes in the kit?
There's not around. So if you could have maybe some 2x2s or a,
We might want to just put like blue
Yeah.
towels down or something. Mark, do you
and if
feel
it's, see how it's starting to flow and you're having more than just bubbles, I would stop,
Just stop there.
Yeah, because that's gonna be some of the product that you want
Yeah.
to, yeah. Don't go anywhere. And then here's your cap.
You want? I'm probably gunky if you want to put it. Oh, okay.
All right, that's just
I guess
me
it's your own
and
blood.
you. It's me. I'm stuck with it regardless, I guess.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, and then you can just set that down. So what do we have there? We're at about 3 cc's probably. So we're gonna wanna add at least another cc to that. So clean our hands. Back where this syringe was onto B port, if you'll go ahead and stick that on there. And so this part is just gonna be concentrating the PPP down, okay? This is where this is going to come into play. So we'll go ahead and pull back that vac lock syringe and lock it.
Okay. Where's the thingy? Oh, there it is. Sorry.
Perfect. And that is all that is. Turn this back around, go to the filter position. And we'll see how fast my PPP goes down. We're at about 15 cc's now. Let's take it down to like 5 cc's. So what you're gonna do is push this in. And I grew up on a farm, so I always say it's kind of like milking a cow. You're just kind of going back and forth. You're gonna get the darker flush because in the tubing is where we pulled out that PRP, and it's just like food coloring. As if there's a little bit in there, it's gonna change the color. So you're gonna go all the way down.
All the way down.
Mm-hmm. And so we started at 15. Now we're already down to 6 cc's. So see how quick
Oh,
that
yeah.
went just through
Oh.
one.
Filtering it out.
So go ahead and take it down again. And when you're doing it, if you literally hold it like this,
Yeah.
it'll be, yeah, it's literally like milking a cow.
Okay.
So it didn't go as far that time?
No.
Go on again.
And we're going until we're at.
I said 5 cc's, but we can even take it on down. Let's take it down to like 2, so you can really get an idea. And you can see, here's water already coming out the side. As you continue to go down, it gets a little bit harder because it's more viscous.
Oh, there's bubbles in there now, so it's hard to tell what's.
And because we're not worried about the stacking anymore, you can pull this thing
Oh,
up.
okay.
These will twist till you see the numbers too,
Gotcha.
to make it a little bit easier on you.
Okay.
So we're
Where are we going down to?
Yeah, let's take it one more time at least.
And it doesn't matter which one you end.
Doesn't matter. So you can see there's a lot of water in here, so that's how much more you're concentrating that down. If you over concentrate, because like I said, every patient's different. Like you could go through it one time and lose 14 cc's right there. And, you know, we needed to have 3 additional. You're like, oh crap, like now what? The good news is there is dead space in here, about 1.5 cc. So worst case scenario, you've over concentrated. If you go to the neutral position on here, go to the syringe that has your PPP, and what you're gonna do is pull back. So go ahead and pull back. It's gonna clear out the filter, and that'll give you a little bit more fluid to work with. See,
Cool.
now now, and then you're good there. But see, now we're already back up to about 8 cc's.
Yeah.
So you can concentrate some more, or just know that it's there in case you need it.
Cool.
It's kind of your little troubleshooting.